You're not gonna have an easy time there. They're speaking a language that even linguistics wonder about.
They're just talking in growls.
He just kind of shakes his head, waits a minute. Is there anyone that kind of stands out as being maybe in charge of this?
Big Antlers Head McGee.
Cope.
Just a second.
You see a man who is half deer, half deer.
What? Excuse me?
That's the
He
test.
says
It's calming down the deer.
and he says he needs to get this over quickly so we can go back to tracking down someone named Perthros.
God damn it.
You see a man who's half centaur and half centaur. So he's just a centaur? No.
No,
He has
he's
8 halves.
he's top half centaur, bottom half minotaur.
Yeah.
No, I just imagine the half centaur just being the two upper halves of a dude stitched together.
Oh god. Or is it the two lower
Silent
halves?
Hill.
The two horse halves.
Oh god.
Alright, a ringhorn deer comes around the corner and transforms back into human form. It is clearly a druid and clearly someone that seems to be in charge.
Is he doing anything, or is he just kind of observing?
He's personally observing, seeing if anyone else in the room notices that he came in, and waiting for them to quiet down.
I nudge Taurus, and I point at him, and then if he looks over in like our direction as I point at him, I just kind of give him like a excitable wave.
I push his hand down after he's done waving and say, "Don't point. Open hand. It's less rude."
No, he did. Like, he pointed and then open hand and waved.
Okay.
Point wave. What is
Dot
this?
wave?
Like, pointed at you, and then if he looked in our direction as he pointed out, like, oh, hi! But he's probably too far away to hear the hi, so he just waved to him.
I nudge you. If you want, you could probably feed him some grass.
Why?
Don't take that seriously. It's a joke.
He just kind of gives you, like, a momentary look and goes, okay. After you say the joke part.
I have a story to tell later on about the, related to the grass concept, but that's not for now. Anyway, after a moment, people start to notice and start to quiet down. The person that was the ringhorn deer announces to everyone, welcome to the Druids Guild. Normally, most of you all would be permitted in here because you yourselves are druids, but I do see we have some people of non-druid origin. Normally you guys would not be permitted in this building, but because we are holding the special event, you guys have been allowed in for this particular event. The animal handling event will actually be done inside the building itself. So if you all would like to get onto the outside wall of this building, we shall begin in a few minutes.
The bears are in the building! I repeat, the bears are in the building!
They're not just dire bears. Dire bears.
They're not just dire bears. They're infernal. Have fun.
I have something better.
Oh no, it's a white rabbit with red eyes.
I give it a hug. It kisses my neck.
Your head falls off.
Why?
Anyway, I assume we all kind of stand to the side.
Yeah.
And then after a brief moment, the guy clearly looks over at a female sorceress. And suddenly a giant advanced dire bear appears in the middle of the room.
Giant advanced dire bear.
It's actually the name, Lamb.
Well then.
I give you the giant advanced dire bear, Lamb. Have fun with the link.
N huge animal? The hell is the N?
You know, I should figure that one out. I don't know. It's a fucking giant advanced dire bear. It's good enough, okay?
Jesus, that perception.
It is also quite beefy.
It's a giant advanced dire bear. What do you expect?
I mean, the CR is 10.
The N is probably neutral, Lamb.
Probably. Just seems weird that it's just an N huge animal.
Yeah. It's just a weird place to have it.
Anyway, after the giant advanced dire bear has been summoned in through some means, they start picking the first person in the lineup, going from the person's right. So depending where you are in the wall, is determining where the order that you go. So this is the giant advanced dire bear. His name is
Steve. Steve, the giant advanced dire bear.
No, his name is Yvette's. No, didn't really get what I did there. Okay.
I did.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Steve backwards.
Yes. Congratulations, you've caught up.
So he is Yvette's the bear dire advanced giant. I don't have the mental capacity to actually turn and pronounce all those words.
So, can you do that?
Are you saying that to Unan?
Yes.
I could try learning, but no. See, my summoning sacrifices the ability to summon like that because I've made so many connections to new souls, pointing at Athos.
Yeah.
It's imaginary ends.
So how badly do we get mauled by a dire bear?
Giant advanced dire bear.
I'm sorry, I'll go by your proper name this time.
Oh, in which case, that is the giant advanced male dire bear named Yvette's.
Shut up, Gadby.
That is Sir Gadby to you.
Do you know Sir
You
Barrington?
get a -2.
You three, yeah, because Athos would be able to animal handle as well. That wouldn't be prohibited here. Would be rolling, animal handle checks.
3, I'm guessing?
Yes. Well, I go about getting the NPC rules. Alright, Marcus, what'd you get?
Yep, sorry. I was just seeing what my handle animal is. 27, a 26, and a 24.
Is Athos participating?
She does not.
Okay. Noah, what'd you get?
10, 17, 19.
There were less participants for this particular event, by the way, and you guys still
Druid
managed...
specific.
No, they were just less in general.
What were we supposed to specifically do in the thing?
For
We were
animal
supposed
handling,
to entertain His Majesty.
essentially you're supposed to assert dominance over the bear and actually control it through whatever techniques and methods you so desire.
Okay. I was gonna say then, Unan's method, if anything, would be to eventually calm it and then just have it let him pet it. If it's really big, potentially ride it, and then continue to pet it.
No, I don't think you understand. It is a giant advanced dire bear.
Yes. Which means he could get on top of it.
It's good.
See, ultimate dominance over an animal to ride it.
But yeah, no, you guys literally split the difference. Like, one of you guys is at the very end, one of you guys is at the very beginning of the list.
I'm
all
pretty
three
sure I'm
roles.
the end. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys have to do that, but it happened that way. So after each contestant goes up one by one, trying to tame Yvette's, Some of them rolling. Some of them doing very poorly and getting bitten, bleeding, being taken away to be treated. Others seeming to do pretty well, and doesn't take too long for them to do any sort of dominion over the bear. Oh, others are kind of average. They don't get bitten, but they don't really handle the bear any. It's kind of it's a mutual understanding of don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you.
I won't fuck with you. Please don't eat me.
Those are the people that rolled below a 10. By the end of it, though, the winners will be Unan, one of the people that were in the corner, the one with the worst tail charm, and one of the druids.
Out of curiosity, how good did I do?
You were on the top of the fucking board. Like, you rolled 4 points higher than the next highest. That wasn't you.
It's also one of my class skills, so I made sure to put a rank in it. And my charisma's 5, so I could just get a 9. He loves animals.
Well, after the event is over, the person that was talking before mentions now to the sorceress, you can take the illusion away. And now you guys have learned that the bear was just an illusion.
It was actually some homeless guy the whole time. He just looks at me. You can keep scratching my back for me, though.
Hey, don't do it too rough or I'll bite again.
After that, he mentions to everyone, congratulations to the winners. He points out who the winners were. Give me just a moment to be able to get your reward, and also if you guys come back for those that won, or the other events that happen here, there might be a special reward if you could win more than one of these. After that, he goes to a back room to grab the reward for this.
That bear can carry a lot.
Oh, you see what his strength was?
Jared linked it in Mumble Chat.
Wow.
Or, not linked, but did the thing. I also have text-to-speech.
They are, I mean, they are classified as a giant, so I mean, then their strength is pretty fucking high, which makes their carry loads really stupid. Anyway, after a moment, he comes out with 28 gold and a magical page. You will have to study the page to learn what exactly it does.
Summon giant dire bear.
The person in charge of the druid will tell you that this page allows you to learn a particular spell. We were gifted this page by the Sun Soul Wizards. Maybe I had to look to see what the hell their name was again. As a prize to people, so we don't exactly know what spell it is, but we do know that you can learn it.
Can I use detect and or read magic on it?
I mean, yeah, you can use detect magic on it.
I'm not gonna now because there's people around and he knows he's not supposed to use magic in the city, so he's gonna wait till people don't see him, so he doesn't get in trouble.
Technically, the druid shapeshifted.
That's true. He's gonna run along a couple runes on his shirt and then, or on his chainmail, whatever, chain shirt, whatever. What is it called? Chain shirt?
I believe so.
Yeah. And read the paper.
Right.
Or detect the paper.
Is there a detect magic thing?
Yeah. He wants to see what it is. It's a black meteor.
Hey, Una, if that truly is from Wizard, I might be able to copy it down onto my spell list.
After a brief moment of time, you can detect a conjuration aura and a strong transmutation aura coming from the paper. You can spend more time studying it, or you're actually going to try to decipher what's actually written, but not necessarily cast.
I think Marcus shut down. I think we need to reboot him.
Control-Delete, Control-Delete!
Would read magic just allow me to see what the spell is?
Is read magic a spell or something?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's detect magic to see the magical aura to know the magic types, and then there's read magic, which is you can decipher magical inscriptions on objects such as books, scrolls, etc. that would otherwise be unintelligible. This deciphering does not normally invoke the magic contained in the writing, although it may do so in the case of a cursed or trapped scroll.
Like a glyph.
Furthermore, once a spell is cast, you can have read the magical inscription. You are therefore able to read that particular writing without recourse to the use of read magic. You do it at a rate of 1 page, 250 words per minute.
I'm on the page, Marcus.
Gotcha.
That said, do you have spellcraft by chance?
Yeah. I have, it's one of my class skills.
I mean, you can certainly read magic it if you want, but you could also spellcraft it to decipher.
It's cantrip for me, technically, so it doesn't cost me anything to do either one.
Same.
It's up to you. You want to read magic? Did you want to read magic or spellcraft?
He got spellcraft 18, so I won't cast it unless I have to.
Looking it over with the spellcraft track, you are unable to decipher the scroll entirely.
Then yeah, probably read magic.
Yeah, the DC, by the way, to decipher the text was a 20.
So
Gotcha.
close.
Well, upon using read magic instead, you can determine that this page allows you to learn how to cast Create Water. Remember how I mentioned you guys will be able to learn spells and whatnot outside of your class, etc.?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Create water.
Yes.
This is one of those times.
I'd hope you'd know how to create water, Jared. You kind of need it to live.
Now all we need is create bonfire.
Alright, so then I tell the guy, thank you.
Specifically, it can be written down as a Create Water page of spell knowledge. Because that's kind of what I was basing it off of.
Right. Noah had said he could put this into a spell book. Would that mean...
No, not in this case.
Okay. That's what
Why
I was
not?
making sure.
If that's actually to learn a spell, I don't think I could. If it's the way to actually cast a spell, yes.
You learn the spell and how to cast it and everything.
It teaches you how to use the spell. This is even if your class doesn't normally teach you the spell?
Correct.
Okay.
I'll look more into it.
Essentially, you were just given the spell as an option to be able to cast.
Right.
It doesn't need to be necessarily prepared or anything, assuming you have extra materials and whatnot. But, yeah, you are able to cast the spell at no extra cost to it, really.
And it's not like a scroll where you need the paper. It teaches you it.
Yeah, essentially this is a Tomb of Clear Knowledge for a spell. Or a Tomb
Gotcha.
of Stat Boost, but it's Tome of Spell. And yes, I did realize I said Tomb twice, sir.
Okay, I thought we were going to have to like go into the crypt to try and learn shit.
No.
Just to make sure, real quick, is it a permanent teach you, or is it
Yes.
a timed teach you? Permanent. Okay.
Permanent, one-time
And then-
use.
One-time use. That was the next question. Was how many times can it be used? So if
You can use a spell infinitely once you've permanently learned it, but the page itself only works once for someone to read it.
Gotcha. So if Noah were to read it, put into it his spell book, he would learn it, but then
The page would be useless.
no one else can. Okay.
Exactly.
And not necessarily. You can actually read other wizard spell books and actually transcribe what they take, but that would be the spellcraft checks to actually decipher their writing, their form of writing, and be able to put it in your own words.
Yep. As well as Magus books cannot be used for that purpose in reverse.
Either way, Unan puts it in his pack.
Okay. Well, that is the Druid event. Let's head back over to the identification test. Where,
On the other side of town.
on the other side of town, yeah. Where people are finally being let into the building. After a, I don't know, 5-minute wait for you guys. You guys head into the building?
Yeah.
Indeed we shall.
Alright, once you get into the building, there are a good 20, 25 different tables laid out. Are you guys going to sit together? You can find a spot to sit at, or...
I'm just gonna find a place to sit, and if there's an opening, he's probably he can follow me.
Indeed, I will.
Alright, as you guys sit down, a small gnome comes out and announces to everyone, welcome, everyone, to, well, what is essentially the warehouse for the Adventurers Guild, but for today it is for the events. Or,
Question.
the event, what?
Is he small relative to other gnomes?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Or just small in general?
He's the small creature, which is also a gnome. He's just a gnome.
Okay.
But for all intents and purposes, if you guys were to attack him, he'd be classified as a small creature, not a medium.
Punch the gnome in my sleep. From a mile away.
Anywho.
I'm a very talented monk.
Well, for today, you guys will be identifying some items both up close and from a distance, and appraising what their value will be. We are going to be handing out some sheets of paper for you guys to write on. I hope you guys are able to write in something that we can understand here. We aren't able to speak every language, but quite a few of them.
Speaking, what language is he speaking right now?
Common.
That guy is fucked.
Not true.
Well, you get a separate explanation of the rules later.
Moving on. So if you guys would just give us a moment to get everything prepped, we do have things up there, but we need to bring them down, and we also got the other paper handed out and whatnot, so... And with that, he walks away for a brief moment, and some people start handing out paper, along with writing instruments. What type of writing instrument, you ask? Who knows? It's writable. Use it. Don't ask. And after a brief moment, he comes down with what appears to be a high shirt. Places it on a center pedestal from where he was talking and announces, okay, everyone, for your first test item, this is it. It is a short to some description. You're going to have to actually describe what it is, as well as what the price is. If you are able to discern any details, that will also help, but not necessarily needed in the price. So feel free to make an appraisal roll, both of you, and I can give you a rough estimate of what your character would think the price of this item would be. Unless you roll an at 20, in which case it'll just be like, I know exactly what this price is. Feel free to ask me to, you know, get more details about the item, because that'll be a different roll.
The details of the item. What color is it?
Is he sitting close enough to see it?
Yes. I mean, it's on a pedestal in the place where everyone in the room could see it.
Tate is 65 feet away. He is totally screwed.
I got a 21 on appraise.
Meanwhile, I got a 16. Kaz must have had an off day. Must have been the mead. The mead was a lot stronger than he expected.
I was double checking to see if Appraise had any details about DCs of items and whatnot for appraising. Not that I saw, but I think there is somewhere. Regardless, Sandeep is able to determine the worth of the item being about 20 gold. Whereas Kaz thinks it might be either 25 gold, maybe 23. It's a bit high.
And if we wanted to make a roll for describing the item,
Perception. The condition of the item can modify its price, depending on the details of it.
$11 perception.
Lamb, you're fucking right. Apparently it's like 61 feet away. I got a 4.
As far as you can tell, Sandeep only sees that there's some minor nicks and cuts in the armor like it's been used, but not extensively. So you don't think it really affects the price too much. It would pass as being brand new. Okay, after a moment, he takes that piece off the pedestal and looks at a person to bring down the next one, where the next item on display is a large piece of armor, and you can't exactly tell what it's made of.
Made of solid gold.
Feel free to roll appraise or perception, you know, roleplay. You said you got a 12 on perception, Dan?
Yeah.
Upon sometimes looking at the item, that you can tell it looks painted, but you're not really able to determine what the base material actually was, but you are able to see that the paint is in a... I'm gonna call it a flag style. Like, imagine a flag got wrapped around a piece of armor.
Yeah.
Okay, Ulysses.
Are we going to Perceptify?
Might as well. And again, it's an 11.
Same thing as Tate.
I got 22 on appraise.
And for my appraise... Jesus. I got 12.
Tate, you just need to go stand on the item.
I haven't been getting any high rolls on these dice, and I hate it. I got
Spawn
like
some
1,
new ones.
17.
Yeah, spawn new ones.
Sandeep is able to determine that the price of this item, based on the size and thickness, along with it being painted, is probably worth around 1,900 gold. Kaz, on the other hand, isn't entirely sure what this item is. It seems a little too foreign to him, as if clothing is not really his strong suit. He estimates the value of the item to be around 1,500. For those wondering, it was a painted stone plate armor. And after a brief moment, the gnome takes away the stone plate display piece and has the next item brought down and handed out. As it is being handed out, he does announce to everyone, do be careful with these. They are quite dangerous.
Several people in the crowd explode, eliminating your competition.
And each person receives clearly what looks to be a bolt with something on the tip.
Dearest apologies, that wasn't supposed to be on there. That's the remnants of the thing that this bolt last killed.
What are we rolling, Cal?
More appraisals.
Oh no, are you trying to get more information about the item? In which case, perception. Are you just trying to appraise the item, and without getting more information about the item, then appraise?
Information first! Perception. I don't want that dice anymore. I got a 4.
16 on perception.
I actually don't know where it went.
Well, Sandeep is able to determine the paste is a green and purple coloration. Not entirely sure what exactly it's for. It seems to be a bit off, but you get the sense with the warning from the gnome that you probably shouldn't touch it.
Kaz immediately puts it in his mouth that he made with the arrow.
Tate, what'd you get?
2 plus 2, 4.
4 perception.
Yep.
Looks delicious.
You're not sure what the hell you're looking at. The stuff on the end makes it look a little weird to you.
Find it funny I'm getting the low perception rolls. Alright, appraise! Let's go!
Just like how your Ravina character wanted to be the cook, and then was unable
Jesus
to
Christ.
You're just terrible at your job no matter what happens.
Why did I just get fucking 5 2s in a row?
He needs to get eye implants.
I got a 10 appraise.
I got a 10 appraise.
Okay, well, Jared, Sandeep is determining that the price of this item seems to be pretty high. Probably about 100 gold for this one bolt. Whereas, Kaz kind of thinks this item is trash, and isn't sure why the gnome asked us to appraise it, putting the value of this weird bolt-like object to be about 10 silver.
I'm chalking it up to the fact that this is all new stuff to him.
It was a acid bolt, by the way.
He's normally an excellent appraiser. Excellent.
Just like how Vino's a fucking great guy.
Kaz is having an early midlife crisis.
Please no, I don't want to be forcefully made to listen to that. Speaking of which, I do have saves against mind-altering effects and are able to actually block cause.
The final item gets brought down as people are picking up the acid bolts from you guys. It gets brought down and is encased in a very thick glass. It is placed on the pedestal for everyone to see. And the gnome announces, if you have detect magic or the ability to see the magical auras of this item, refrain from doing so.
Indeed, Teflon. He's used to items of the void. Wait, wrong mythos.
Are you guys going to try to get more information about the item?
Yes. Perceptify. 15.
Six,
Can't
wait,
take
no.
a close look.
13.
to take out a 15. You got a 13. Well, both of you were able to determine that these gauntlets definitely seem unique, painted with the symbol of a giant on them. They definitely look brand new and hardly used. As if they were supposed to be possibly a reward item? Who knows? By the way, you guys are able to percept more than once if you want. Otherwise, just roll the praise at this point.
I'm good with an appraise! Woo! 20.
18.
And either of you able to detect magical auras at all, just innately without casting anything?
Nope.
Okay. Both of you, well, very confident in your decision. Don't entirely know too much about this item, considering you were not able to get a closer inspection. But you guys would estimate that this item seems to be worth some value, if for no other reason but because of the giant symbol painted on the gauntlet, as well as the thick glass encasing, probably to prevent theft. So both of you would probably estimate the price of this item to be around 12,000 gold, which actually a little off. After another brief moment, let everyone in the room actually finish that up. He leaves that item there, announces that thank you everyone for attempting to appraise these items. Kind of picked out some various things to see if do. We will determine what each person has written about the item, and determine who wins that way. But as we are doing that, let us go through each of the items, and as he says that, each of the items are brought back and put on display. So first up, we had you guys identify a hide shirt. It's actually not in too bad condition, so the price of this item would be 20 gold. Next up, we had you guys identify this painted piece of armor. It actually belongs to the headmaster of the Adventurers Guild. It is a stone plate, estimated to be valued around 1900 gold. Next up we have a bolt, and the reason we told you to be careful with it is because the stuff on the end is actually acid. Yeah, so if you have touched it, please see a healer that is by the front door on your way out, or feeling the effects now, go there now. The estimated value of this per bolt is about 40 gold. And finally, this fine encased item is a giant fist gauntlet. It is a very magical item. If you guys did detect magic, you would know exactly what it was and probably had a good idea of what the price is. But this item was actually recently crafted for us. And what we requested was an item to help punch things better in the event you drop your weapon. So, the magicians delivered. Wizards are now magicians, because why not? And,
they weren't actually wizards, they were just street magicians, and everyone's just like, is it really
well,
magical?
Magician's Guild is more inclusive. You can be a wizard or a sorcerer.
Indeed. And we were told that by wearing this gauntlet, there is a matching one upstairs. They allow you to expand your hands to twice the normal size. Because, you know, giant hands, giant fists, punch things better with, why not? But yeah, the estimated value of both the gauntlets is around 20 to 22,000 gold. They're not very cheap to make, whatsoever. Well, that concludes the merchant test. Please stay here for a brief moment if you still aren't feeling the effects of the acid if you touched it. To determine who the winners are. Give me just a minute to determine who the hell the winners are.
Hiccup.
No, determining who the winners are.
I was gonna have you lock my dice roller down.
If it's locked, it doesn't work.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right.
Okay. Determine who the winners are. A person walks up to the gnome and whispers something in the gnome's ear. And the gnome nods. You see the person that was talking to him walk away. Okay, so after a brief conversation with my friend there, we've determined that the Undyne over there, pointing to you, Jared, has taken first place. Second place goes to the dwarf-looking guy that you saw earlier. And third place actually goes to the what they're called, Astaboy.
Yes.
That the one that's sitting over by the Undyne.
I'm kind of curious to know what everyone else rolled now.
Absolute shit.
I was gonna laugh if he's like, to the Astamoy. Tate's character stands up. No. The other one turns around. There's an Astamoy just like a glue-on mustache on his face.
Maybe
I
later.
rolled a 74 percentile. I was debating using hero point on one of those rolls, and I was like, if I roll like above 75, I'll get it. Rolled 74.
Anyway. So yeah, Jared, you got first. Tate, you got third.
Fine by me. I would have been happy to hear, no, the other Astromoy. The one with the dashing mustache.
Like half hanging off his face. Glued it wrong.
Tate, I want you to get a attachable mustache for your character, please.
Like the
It's already like getting wigs and shit, so.
Well, Jared, your character gets 28 gold. Tate, your character gets 18 gold. Both of you receive a silver merchant scale.
We now have 4 merchant scales.
Wait, did you each of you already have a merchant scale?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, these are specifically merchant scale +1. They are enhanced merchant scales, so they actually offer a +3 circumstance bonus on appraise checks. On items that are valued by weight. And they're also made of silver, so, you know, they're fancier.
Silver more.
With that, we shall call it for a night. For those that haven't noticed the time, it is late.
Yep.
Yep.